Number 10, the conversation editor. You know that feeling hours after a conversation when you lie in bed replaying every word you said? You cringe at a clumsy phrase or mentally rewrite a better response. You call it social anxiety or a pointless obsession over the past. But this isn't just rumination. It's the raw, unfiltered process of a master storyteller at work. This relentless need to review and refine dialogue is the exact same instinct that drives a novelist to perfect a chapter or a screenwriter to polish a script. Your brain isn't just torturing you, it's running a diagnostic, searching for better pacing, stronger word choices, different approaches, and more authentic emotional beats. You're not stuck in the past. You're an editor constantly practicing the art of continuous narrative improvement. Number 9, the hidden meaning hunter. A friend sends you a one word response. Your mind immediately generates a dozen possible interpretations. Are they mad? Disappointed? Are they okay? You analyze the punctuation, the context of the conversation, the timing of their response. You see it as neurotic or as reading too much into things. But this is not a flaw. It's a sign of a brain with extraordinary symbolic perception. This is the same skill that allows a poet to see a universe in a grain of sand or a filmmaker to tell a story through a single shadow. Your brain is a powerful pattern recognition engine hardwired to look beyond the surface and search for deeper meaning. While anxiety can aim this skill at social interactions, its true potential is in the ability to read between the lines, seeing the nuance, subtext, and hidden beauty that most people miss entirely. Number 8, the rabbit hole researcher. You have a simple question and you tell yourself you'll just look it up quickly. 6 hours later, you're 40 tabs deep into the history of ancient cartography. You call it procrastination or a lack of focus, but this isn't a distraction. It's the unmistakable signature of a ravenously curious mind. This intense, hyper focused curiosity is the engine of all great innovation and discovery. Your brain isn't avoiding the task at hand, it's pulling on a thread, compelled to see where it leads. This is the same impulse that drives a scientist to chase a hypothesis or a journalist to uncover a story. You don't have an attention deficit, you have an intellectual appetite that cannot be satisfied with simple answers. Number 7, the internal debater. You have to make a choice, and your mind becomes a courtroom with you arguing passionately for both sides. You feel indecisive, stuck, and mentally exhausted by the internal conflict. You see it as an inability to commit, but this isn't indecision, it's a sign of cognitive flexibility. The ability to hold multiple opposing viewpoints in your mind at once is a hallmark of high level critical thinking. It's the same skill that allows a great debater to anticipate their opponent's argument or a character actor to embody a complex, morally gray role. Your brain isn't stuck. It's demonstrating its capacity to see the world not in black and white, but in its full, complicated, and beautiful spectrum. Number 6, the Flaw Finder. You look at a beautiful painting, a great movie, or even your own work, and your brain immediately hones in on the one tiny thing that's wrong. You see yourself as negative or a perfectionist. But this isn't just criticism, it's the highly tuned diagnostic eye of a creator. This ability to instantly spot imperfections is a superpower in any creative field. It's the quality that allows a designer to fix a visual imbalance no one else noticed, or a musician to hear the one off key note in a symphony. Your brain is not trying to ruin your enjoyment, it's a master quality control system, instinctively deconstructing the world to understand how to make it better, stronger, and more beautiful. Number 5, The Daydream Architect. Do you find yourself zoning out or lost in elaborate daydreams that are more vivid than your real life? You might feel guilty and view it as an escape or a sign you're not present, but this isn't just escapism, it's your brain running a full scale, high definition story simulator. This isn't a passive activity, nor is it a waste of time. It is actually an act of radical creation. You are giving your mind space and freedom to be creative, where your mind is building worlds from scratch, casting characters, writing dialogue, and directing scenes. This is the raw, untamed power of imagination that every fantasy author and world building game designer harnesses. You're not just spacing out, you're visiting the studio where all great ideas are born. Number four, the master planner. Before you travel or go on any trip, you've already researched every restaurant, mapped every route, and created a color coded itinerary. People might see it as excessive and a sign of anxiety. You might say it's a need for control or a way to maximize productivity. But this isn't just about preparation and managing fear, it's the instinct of a master strategist. This intricate planning is a form of world building applied to reality. It's the same impulse that allows a chess grandmaster to think 10 moves ahead or a CEO to chart a company's 5 year plan. Your brain excels at creating complex systems, forecasting variables, planning for the unexpected, and designing elegant solutions. You're not just anxious and overthinking, you're a logistical artist. Number three, the emotionally sensitive. You feel things deeply. A small disagreement can ruin your day. A beautiful sunset gets your eyes watery. Watching The Notebook for the 100th time and it still makes you cry. You absorb the mood, the vibes, and the energy of a room like a sponge. You think you're too sensitive. But this isn't a weakness, it is the essential raw material for every form of art. This heightened emotional sensitivity is what allows an artist to translate a feeling into a color, a musician to turn heartbreak into a melody, or an actor to convey a universe of emotion with a single glance. Your nervous system is a finely tuned instrument, receiving the world with a clarity and depth that others can't. You're not overreacting. You are experiencing life in high fidelity. Number two, the catastrophe artist. When faced with uncertainty, your mind doesn't just consider what might go wrong, it writes, directs, and produces a full scale blockbuster disaster movie in your head, complete with sequels and many variations of endings. You call it catastrophizing or preparing for the worst, and clearly a symptom of anxiety. But this is also the very definition of dramatic imagination. The ability to vividly imagine the worst case scenario is the same skill that allows a thriller novelist to craft suspense or a safety engineer to design a foolproof system. Your brain is a master of risk assessment and a natural born storyteller of high stakes drama. While fear can fuel this engine, the engine itself is a powerful creative tool capable of both envisioning problems and imagining your way out of them. Number one, the scenario spinner. You are presented with a single event. It can be a text, a meeting, a scenario, a choice, or a case study. Your brain doesn't just produce one thought, it produces a supernova of possibilities, a web of interconnected what ifs that branch out into infinity. You call this overthinking and the core of your anxiety, but it is the single most important trait of a creative genius. This is divergent thinking in its purest form. This mental cascade is not a bug, it is a built in feature and the core utility of your brain's operating system. It's a possibility engine that, when fueled by fear, creates anxiety. But when fueled by curiosity, it creates art, it creates innovation, it solves impossible problems. You don't have a thinking problem. You have a powerful, creative mind that was built to do more than just process reality. It was built to generate new ones. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to see more.